Hello everybody and welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Now, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this video. Let me explain. I was in stream going over the patch notes, and towards the end of my stream, I was told that Alcast came out with this video. I was like, you're kidding, right? I really hope that Alcast wasn't dumb enough to give me material to roast his ass like it's never been roasted before. I hope he was not that dumb. That he would at least understand why these changes were made. Please tell me that's not the case. And they're like, he did. I was like, okay. They're like, check it out. I'm like, okay. I will do that. And I have. And I would like to thank you, Alcast, for confirming you are an idiot. I would like to really confirm that you're a fucking idiot. And why these changes are occurring. Because I don't expect you to actually possess intelligence. And knowing the fact that you're a class rep just makes it that much sweeter. And on top, that Zoss promotes you as part of the stream team just is icing on my fucking cake. Oh, Alcast. Oh, boy. You... Whoa. It was quick. It was. And after watching it, this is going to be the best roast ever. Okay. So, first, let's address the title. Okay, the title. Did Zoss just delete Sork's Murkmire PTS? No, I'm sure Zoss didn't delete the Sorks, but I'm sure you will. If you never knew how to fucking play. We're going to go full screen for this, bitch. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Get ready, boys and girls. Grab the popcorn. I promise he will be spared. No fucking mercy. Click. We're going to skip ahead.
Pepperoni.
Macaroni. Whoa.
Nuggets. Holy mother of chicken nuggets.
Would you like sauce with that?
Pepperoni.
Sounds like an interesting combo.
Now keep in mind, this
Pause
is
for a dramatic effect.
week 1, and I'm pretty certain that this change will not go live.
Because you're a fucking moron?
Otherwise, just why?
Because you had no idea what was really working in the game as intended. Moving on.
But just to showcase you anyway what they did is. So, this ability and the one from Light Armor, the shields. They have a cast time now. They have a...
Shut the fuck up. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my fucking god. Continue.
1 second cast time.
1 second. Wow. I wonder what that's going to do to the mitigation system. Shit. I mean, I guess you're not actually going to be able to negate 11,462 damage for 9 seconds. As a preemptive measure to taking damage. Fuck. Continue.
No, that doesn't sound that bad, right?
Not at all. I guess.
But this both impacts PvE and PvP.
Of course, because you can't keep spamming the shit. Because why would a glass cannon class need infinite fucking survivability. But, you know, hey, we should just make them gods in light armor and call it a fucking day. You're so fucking insightful, Outcast. I love you.
He severely, in my opinion.
Well, thank God it's just your fucking opinion. It matters dramatically. Thank you.
So, it takes... this year is even better. It looks like you take a dump.
The animation fits the user, doesn't it?
While casting a shield. Beautiful.
Shitty animation for shitty players. Hey, fitting.
Now, why is this a problem? So, why do most people like the combat in Elder Scrolls Online? Because it's fast-paced, it feels fluid.
Flows like water. Yep. Or in your case, taking a piss.
Right? Like, it just... Fluid? Is it the right word? Yeah, kinda, I guess. And just in general, casting time abilities, like this year, Dizzy Swing, and so on, just feel like interrupt.
Dizzy Swing has a legitimate excuse because guess what? Easy way to counter it, just go through it. You don't even need a counter ability, you just go through it. Okay, so I'll give him that.
Flow of combat.
He gets one.
Way too much. And it just feels weird.
Feels weird. Hey, get the clippers. Fucking beard is weird.
And on top of that, obviously, if you need a second to cast the shield, especially in PvP, it's just a death sentence for a man.
Shut up! It's a death sentence? Heaven forbid a fucking sorcerer should ever fucking die. What? No, we can't let that happen. Don't learn how to play. Just keep playing with the broken system. Going forward.
Sorks, or for any light armor user that is using harm.
Light armor user. Oh, the irony of the statement.
Ward or annulment. On top of that, those things can now be interrupted. So if
oh my god, no! So because an NPC is going to interrupt my shield, it affects PVE. But guess what? That NPC is going to come up and bash the fuck out of me while I'm casting my shield. It's interruptible. Don't fucking worry. Only time you have to worry about it is I don't know, PvP. Okay.
If you're close up on an enemy, he can interrupt the shield cast, but it...
Are you joking me? So if somebody's up close and in my face, I might have to take evasive maneuvers prior to using a shield to further mitigate the incoming damage so I don't die? Outcast, they cannot fucking do that. That is bullshit. No fucking way should I have to use my mobility using a streak or lightning form that gives me major evasion to get the fuck away. That's unfucking acceptable. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Yeah.
It won't most likely matter anyway because you're going to be dead.
And you're gonna be taking a dump the entire time you do it. Ain't life shitty?
Before you finish casting the shield anyway. So I don't know who thought this would be a good idea.
I don't know. The devs who knew it was broke from the fucking beginning because priority was fucking lost and damage would not occur. But I bet you didn't know that, Outcast. Such an elite player didn't know about the fucking bug to the spillover. I'm shocked. What? Wait a minute. Didn't you use the stack CP? I mean, didn't you use the call, Gear Biss? And wait a minute. On top of it, didn't you use to, exclude any possibility of another class playing the tank or healer role? Wow, man. I am so glad your viewers have a total insight on what this game truly has always been about. As skilled as you are, put Clueless on the top of your fucking forehead in permanent fucking marker, please.
But holy Christ.
I totally agree with that statement, Alcast.
This must have been an intern. No, I'm kidding.
Only if you were there.
It's like, who comes up with this kind of ideas?
Who comes up with this idea? I don't know. They couldn't think of a better way to fix the fucking problem of priority between the swap. Have you ever played Magic the Gathering, Outcast? Probably not. So you don't know how shit would resolve now, would you? But if you had a clue, I'm sure you realize everything on top of the stack has to resolve first. Yeah, I know. It's okay. Stick to video games.
In my opinion, like, they really should stop nerfing things.
Yeah, totally. Because, you know what? I mean, why shouldn't a sorcerer run around as a god and be unkillable, and you have him sliver, you know, at a sliver of death, and he just stacks and rotates shields like it's no tomorrow, and then blows you up before you even get a chance to even have a fucking chance. Yeah, man, makes sense. Makes sense. But, hey, you know what? There are some shields that you haven't addressed that don't have a cooldown. I don't know, like the biggest one, Healing fucking Ward. But why would they not put a cast time to those effects? Just to keep priority in line. But I'm sure you knew that, Outcast. I mean, obviously you put out this video. Fucking idiot.
I mean, I keep saying, okay, don't have any expectations so you will not get disappointed. That will solve a lot
Boy, your expectations are set high, my friend.
of issues, okay? But it's just like, I mean, if you play PvP, Battlegrounds, or even PvE, it would really surprise.
Boy, I love watching him take a shit. Sexy.
Me if that person doesn't realize that this change is completely utter garbage.
Something in here stinks, and I guarantee you it's not the trash.
The same thing goes for PvE. In PvE, like, sometimes incoming damage.
Heaven forbid you would have to use a shield prior to a mechanic. What do you usually say? Get good? Interesting concept.
Comes really fast and it hits hard. So
What's hitting hard, Outcast? What's hitting hard? Because all I'm feeling is shit going limp. Yeah, man. Poor old lady, man. It's got to be suffering these days.
you're mostly dead before you cast the shield. So this is really not the right way to go about balancing shields.
Balancing? Psh. In Elder Scrolls? Wow.
On top of that now, in PvP you can also crit shields. But they also have resistances on the shield.
You're kidding me. Oh, wait a minute. You actually addressed a legitimate, you know, point to the shields? Like, you can crit them, but now, you know, the resistance is applied. Well, at least you can read. There's hope after all?
Now, so yeah. It's just a really weird change. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure this will not go live like this.
And what happens if it were? Inquiring minds want to know, Outcast. What will happen if this goes live? Will nobody play Sorcerer? Will everybody go to any other tune but? I'm inquisitive here. I am completely, like, waiting. What will happen to the poor Magicka classes, even though stab classes have never had a shield system in PvE? Oh my god. What will happen? Stamina users never use a shield in PvE and somehow managed to get through content, and now we can't keep spamming a fucking shield? Wow. Oh, geez, Outcast. I mean, I guess people just have to learn how to play the mechanics and pay attention to what the fuck they're doing. I don't know.
Because it will completely destroy Mexorc.
Completely, because their shields affect their damage output. Makes sense, man. It makes complete utter sense. And who knows? Oh my God, you might actually have to put a little bit more health in your build configurations. Blasphemy. It's blasphemy. It is complete, utterly ridiculous to think that mags will never be on top as the elite class of fuck you, you're dead, no matter fucking what class. God. Man, I'm really hating these changes. I mean, he makes valid points and arguments, doesn't he, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, God. What was the devs thinking trying to fix something? I don't know. Moving forward.
In PvP, it will not be fun to play anymore, and in PvE, it's just
It's not going to be fun in PvP to steamroll over people with high-end resistance, burst damage, and high mobility. It's not going to be fun to nuke somebody with 1 or 2 shots and them not to be able to do a fucking thing about it. Wow. I'm so sad that the poor Sork alone, or any mag tune for that manner, has been hindered so much. I mean, they're not going to be in my face when they nuke me. They actually have to do it from, I don't know, range? Wow. Okay. Yeah, I guess. I mean, you're enlightening me, man. You're inspiring me, Outcast. Tell me more, please.
Flow of combat. Like, when you do a rotation with something, and then, okay, let's cast things. Let's take a dump. Then maybe another shield. You never know.
Why are you
keep rolling. It's not good.
Okay, so you're telling me this entire time through a PvE rotation you've had in all your build configurations, you've double stacked shields in PvE content? Not fucking ever? Okay. Whatever. Sure.
Good. It's really not good. The
It's
game
not good.
should feel fast-paced with like fluid combat. I still don't know if fluid
Man, that piss was definitely a long one, wasn't it?
is the right word. This is a really bad change. I mean, there's more stuff. I will do separate videos on that kind of thing. I just wanted to get this out there, and yeah, I mean...
Boy, ladies and gentlemen, we've learned a lot from Alcast. I mean, they do look like they are taking a dump now. I personally would have preferred a cooldown between shield casts instead of a cast time. Right. I agree, Rizzy. That makes sense. You're being toxic and Zos can ban you. Take it. Oh my God, are you kidding me, Flame? They can ban me? Have you understand I've actually canceled my fucking account due to the broken mechanics? And dumb fucks like you have said I didn't know what I was talking about. But guess what? I'm the one that still proves everybody wrong. And Zos, they'd only be cutting their throats if they actually banned me. But why? Because who do you think's the one telling them, hey man, it's broke? But hey, if they ban me, so be it. I do have freedom of speech, you know? I'm not doing any exploiting in their game or anything. You know, last time I heard, I have constitutional rights in the United States. So, hey, ban me for speaking my fucking mind, why don't you? You do Outcast. Why you do Outcast like this? He had it coming, man. I warned it. I said, hey, no, you better not have talked about the shields. That's why we have tanks and healers for PvE. I know, Jay, right? I mean, a healer in PvE and a tank to take, I don't know, aggro? Right. No more shield stacking Sorks, right? Bye-bye. And back to saying shield matters when you don't use a healer for dungeons. Yeah, dude, Flame, you're an idiot. You can get out of the way. Yeah, there's this thing called mechanics. I don't know if you've ever heard about it. Steam users been doing it for, I don't know, 4 years. That's ludicrous. I've done them all except Wolf Hunter, all one-on bet. You can do it. Do what? As you guys can see, you know, hey, I didn't come out with the video. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do this. But honestly, Alcast should have thought to himself, why would they put a cast? I agree with the cooldown. You know, hey, put the cooldown. Just put a 1 second cooldown. It would have kept it a little bit, the animation, without interrupting. That would have been, in my opinion, probably the better solution. But priority was the problem. You mean AoE pull before the Flame Astronauts, right? CJ, I totally agree with you. I line up on this one. The simple fact of it is, Zoss had to come up with a solution because priority was being lost throughout the shield juggle, right? And it was causing damage to, poof, disappear. I'm saying I agree with you, brother. I like everything you're saying. I'm agreeing with, you know, as far as like how mechanics work. Yeah, and people should just, you know, pay attention to mechanics. And you can put the shield on as preemptive. You know, I agree with everything you're saying. So, you know, you can continue. I totally agree with you. But the simple fact of it is, at the end of the day, it comes down to this. The system was broke. It's been broke. I've proven that. It's like, it's broke. It's fucking broke. Once you apply another shield and priority's not set, damage just gets lost. So they had to do something to keep priority. That's why they only put 1 second. Now, the cast time is kind of, you know, a little bit graphically annoying, and you have to know when to be able to throw out your shield within your proper rotation. Yeah, interrupt mechanics just don't work very nicely in ESO. Right, I agree, Rizzy. So, I mean, it is somewhat annoying for that, and I agree. Maybe a 1 second cooldown would have alleviated it, but I think they've tried to put a second so it has the interruptible mechanic, essentially. Because they could have literally put a 1 second cooldown and priority still would have been maintained. So I agree with that. I really do. So I'm not saying, hey, death to shield stackers. Yes, right. Shield stacking, well, and they'll still be able to shield stack. So shield stacking is still present, because keep in mind, healing ward, DK shields, none of these are affected. We only have 2 effects. Why? It's just for the simple fact of keeping priority. That's why it was implemented. Alcast had no clue about it. Once again, this elite player was not aware of broken mechanics. It's just like, hey, it's broke. Zoss could literally extinguish the flames by admitting that. To say, hey, guess what? This entire 4 years that you guys had shield stacking, it was broke. And every flame would be put out. There was not one player on the forums or as a content creator could say to justify not implementing the change. And I don't expect Alcast to know that, because he never has known anything that's relevant. He's a good player. He's a great player. He gets content done. Great. But everything that's been crucial, Alcast has failed time and time again. He never understood the CP reallocation. He never understood about indifferent curves. He never understood about the law of diminishing marginal return. The man is a great player. I give it up to him. But when it comes to knowing the facts, he's a little lackluster. It doesn't diminish his skill. It doesn't diminish the content that he provides. But when he's talking about things he doesn't know what he's talking about, and he puts a video out like this, he's going to get flamed by players like me. Because we know what's going on. We understand the mechanics behind the system. So, and the simple fact that he's a class rep just is not kosher, man. You don't put out a video without talking to other players or devs to understand why this is being implemented. What was the purpose? What was the point? Was there something that, it's going to change in what aspect of gameplay? He should have done his homework a little bit better prior to putting out the video. But he didn't. He QQ'd, and he's feeding the QQers in the forums. That's all it's doing. But there, as you guys can see from the comments, there are a lot of players for the changes. Some of them will be what? So much for playing Mag Sorc without fast shields will be insta-killed. I've been playing on a sorcerer without shield stacking, and I haven't been insta-killed. So my sorcerer has been ripping in Battleground still. Still getting like 18 kills. So bullshit. Just like you can destroy gold item, blah, 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 blah. I don't understand why they drag a good class down just because other classes suck. Yeah, because it wouldn't be broken. Let's see. There was another one. Wanted to puke. Thank God for ages, right? Rest in peace, Sorcs. Yes, nerf the Sorcs. Fucking yes. To be honest, Sorcs had it coming. They just can't wear 5 light armor and engage in enemies in melee range in PvP. Walk through a solo trial with eyes closed. Now they have to play like an actual Sorc. Safe and smart. Pretty much. Yes, finally. Bye-bye, Sorcy. Yeah, I mean, not everybody's against it. A lot of players are understanding, hey, yeah, they're fucking running around like gods. And it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Mystic, the issue is not that the shield stacking is dead. It's not. Right. Absolutely. I agree. The simple fact of it is could they apply a cooldown instead of a cast time? Yes, they could. It just won't be interruptible. He meant the AoE suck. The final boss does before he damages you for almost all HP. But you can pre-apply the shield. You could pre-apply hi hello. You can pre-apply. If you know the mechanics timing, you can pre-apply. And did that ever stop a stand player? That becomes the question. Stand players have been rolling without shields, and they're still doing the content. Why? Have you ever seen a stand player stacking shields? No. I just returned to a title that made me laugh. The issue is that 1 second cast timely with highly obvious animation is death sentence. Well, and once again, I kind of say they could add that 1 second to the CD. So but you know, it would still, like, you would get rid of the applied effect, add it to a cooldown. So you can do that, but you just won't be able to cancel it. They won't be able to bash it. They won't be able to interrupt. It won't be interruptible if it's on a cooldown. And I think they just wanted to play with the effect of trying to fix it and make it, you know, more interruptible for counterplay. Right? That's honestly what I think it is. But it addresses the major issue. The major issue being that damage was lost, you know, to the shield stack. And it just was happening for the spammable. Yes, it feels more engaging and more fluid, but the problem of it is it bugged up. It bugs up. It's the most consistent exploit in the game. But Alcast didn't even take that into consideration. He didn't. You know, he had no clue. He was completely clueless. Like saying, hey, you know, I know why they're doing this, you know, but the animation is problematic. Yeah, exactly. Right. That's the issue. At the end of the day, you can go ahead and apply the cooldown. You know, you just won't be able to, you know, have the counter aspect to the gameplay. But it fixes the issue. You know, and at the end of the day, you know, there's no easy way around it. Even if they play the place the cooldown, you don't think Sorcs that PvP only on Sorcs aren't going to QQ about it? Of course they will, because they didn't know it was fucking broke. They didn't fucking know. Mystic, I've been dueling Mag Sorcs for the last 3 hours on my Mag DK. Really? Has it been going pretty good? Sorcs are going to be fine. Their damage output's still high. Their mobility, still good. And it's not just sorcerers. I mean, it's other mag classes too. So, I mean, honestly, the animation, could it be addressed? Yes, absolutely. Could they just decide to say, hey, you know what? Instead of putting the 1 second cast time, we'll add it to a cooldown effect. That will fix it. Absolutely. Not really twisted. You just have to know when to cast it. On PvE, right. PvP, you have to do everything in pre-attempt. Not one Sorc has got a second shield off in a duel. They get one before I can attack them when the timer went down. Yeah. You can pre-apply if you know the percentage of the boss's health mechanics on the... Yeah, absolutely. Jose, I don't main a Sork, so does that mean the 10 points into health, or would the change go to core or to CP? You would actually put it into the health, or make the adjustment to your gear configuration. But like I said, stand players have been playing PvE without shield stacking. No PvE build has had a shield stack. None. Zero. Absolutely not. It's never fucking happened. It's just not. They've just spammed one shield. That's all that's ever happened. They've justified too long 15, 16k health when everybody else is rolling 18, 19. You know, come on. Quick thing, Mystic. Nothing was said about the snipe animation. Yeah, the snipe animation got somewhat fixed last update prior to this one. So it has been somewhat fixed. It still can occur, but it hasn't been occurring as frequent. So I've noticed that some of the animation has been cleaned up with snipe. So I haven't been getting that bug as frequently lately since Wolf Hunter update. So, but like I said, I didn't want to do the video, but he kind of stepped into this. Honestly, he stepped into it, not understanding, hey, wait a minute, why would they do this? What's the point? It's for proper play. Yeah, nothing said about sprint bug also. Yeah, no, sprint bug was addressed in the patch notes for this, though. There was a sprint bug, but yeah. I mean, honestly, there are bugs in the game. Cast shield, streak, cast shield. Oh, yeah, right. Healing ward. I've been running a Sork with just healing ward. It has no cast time. You can run, listen, you can shield stack with a healing ward, streak, apply hardening ward. And if you get the secondary off on the healing ward, reapply, you have your shield stack. You just have to learn how to play it now. There are going to be Sorks that, guess what? Oh my God, they'll die in PvP. And in PvE, they'll have to actually time their shield application. Heaven fucking forbid. I hate field title to draw people in. I'm sorry. It's appropriate. I used to feel joy when I wrecked Sorks in duels in PvP. Now all I have to do is get them and spam deep breath and talents on a loop. Streak cancels the shield cast. Right, it does. Streak will can't cancel. You can't animation cancel. But what you can do is streak, cover the distance, apply the shield. Right? Healing ward, no cast time. None. There's no cast time on healing ward. The devs know what they're doing. They just are going to try to say, hey, can we make it interruptible? You know, to give PvP a little bit more depth to the counterplay. Yeah, I mean, either way, they're addressing the main issue. But, I mean, you could they put it on a cooldown instead? Yeah, they could. They could. So, poor Sorks can't just mitigate all damage and cast rune. Right, but is it killing the class? No, because I'll cover that. When this comes out, I'll PvP on my Sork. And you guys think I'm really not going to get my 18 kills in a battleground? Do you think that's going to hinder me with a sorcerer? No, not at all. Also, you streak from me, empowering chains and deep breath, no shield for sorcies. Yeah, I mean, but see, that's the thing. It's the counter aspect. What's the negative aspect to the sorcies, you know? Once again, you have to play the range game. You got to preset your delayed effects a little bit more carefully. Any change to DK? DK did get some changes. I went over that today. Sorks can soft CC the other morph of Rune Cage by that time. Right! Good point. Defensive Ruin. Yes! Defensive Ruin. Spartacus, you're slick. So all it's doing is putting what? The fear of death in Sorks in PvP. They have to make the adaptation. And in PvE, no one shield stacks anyways. I mean, come on. Come on. Get real. And heaven forbid that the sorcerer would have to allocate more points towards its health for survivability. That's been happening with stand players since the get anyways. So, hey. Take it for what it's worth. But, Alcast, do I have any regrets doing this? No. Don't put out QQ flame bait. This is flame bait, is all this is. People are going to say, oh, is this clickbait? Is this demeaning Alcast? Alcast is demeaning the changes. He's helping fuel the fire in the forums. So do I have regrets? Absolutely not. If Zoss wants to ban me for pointing that out, fine. Have at it. Ban me. You know, if you feel that's a justification. But I'll be protesting and putting in a lot of other shit if you ban me for speaking my mind. Well, if you want to go that battle, we'll do that. But I doubt Zoss will ban me for speaking my piece. Some Sorks tried Rune Cage, no second shield still. I run 14k stam and decent recovery. Right. But you know what, Twisted? Isn't that a reflection of the player's skill? Isn't that a reflection of players' skill? Because they've been so dependent on getting by with a broken mechanic. Poor Sorks can just shield stack and hide behind their pets. Right. 3 hours of dueling and not one single Sork gets their main defense skill off. See, but this is what I use lightning form. So my mitigation's higher and I use healing ward. That's all I use on my Sork. And I'm pretty good. I don't shield stack and you can do it. It can be done. And Blades, give me a break. Blades, if they get in trouble, just cloak or use the the image and just poof, cover distance. It's fine. It's fine. Templars still have a heal on their main spammable. Come on. It's fine. They just have to learn how to play. It's fine. They have to learn how to play a mag tune the way a mag tune with light armor should be. So, hey, I'm sorry. Alcast, if you're watching this, and I know you will, better think your content next time, bro. You know, stop feeding into the Q cures in the forums. Stop whining. I whine too. It's okay to voice something. You have your opinion. Like you said, you have your opinion. And guess what? You have the right to come out with this video, but I have the right to rebuttal it and point out every topic of discussion you failed to address. And if you want to go ahead and come out with another video and rebuttal to my response, I look forward to seeing it. So there you guys have it, but he won't. So there you guys have it. Once again, I'm sorry, but he has it coming. He's an idiot. Just saying. All right, once again, I'm Mr. Craven. I will say it as is. I despise Source. My favorite PvP moments are wiping the hell out of them. Damn spell slingers. Now it feels empty. It's like kicking a kid. But you know what? When you get sorcerers that will adapt, and some will, right? They'll do good. They will do good. But sorcerers should not be immune to death. And how many times have we seen that? A hell of a lot. When a content creator can bring out a Sork build and call it God, hey man, something has to give. Something has to happen. Something. It's going to be heavy armor meta again. Better be something. All right, guys. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you guys for stopping in. Thank you. And like I said, I'm up for debates. I am up. But once again, hey, was I wrong for posting it? Leave your comments below. But if you liked it and you see the relevance of why this has to change, may not be perfect, but why it has to change, give me a thumbs up. All right? Once again, Mystic Raven, Mystics MMOs. Thank you guys. And as always, have a nice day.